Hi everyone, I am Manjunath Bhai Patil. So I am taking a class for grade 7, that is chapter 2. Today I am going to discuss second chapter of class grade 7, that is fractions and decimals. Okay. So first I will give the introduction for what do you mean by fraction. Okay. What do you mean by fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole, right? A fraction is what is a fraction? A fraction is a part of whole, right? So the whole part, under that whole part we are taking only one part, that one we call it as a fraction. Okay. So first, or else if I take an example of the word fraction, it was derived from the Latin word fractus, meaning division. Okay. Part. The word fraction, it was derived from the Latin word fractus, meaning division. Okay. So here I will take an example of a pizza. This is a pizza. So this is one pizza. This one pizza, what I am doing? I am dividing it into 4 equal parts, right? I am dividing it into 4 equal parts. Okay, I am dividing it into 4 equal parts. I will write here as 1 by 4. Why this one? This one is because the whole quantity. This is also 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Here all the 4 parts, they are equal, right? Here all the 4 parts, they are equal. Suppose if I take any one part, that part is 1 by 4. Here 1 represents the whole quantity, that is one pizza quantity, whole quantity, and this 4 it represents total parts. How many parts are there totally? Totally there are 4 parts, right? So next I will discuss with how to represent a fraction. So next, representation of fraction. So how we represent a fraction? A fraction is represented by one number in the numerator and one number in the denominator. That is, the fraction is represented with numbers. Numbers, in the sense I will write it as 3 by 4. Right? I will write it as 3 by 4, where 3 is the numerator and 4 is denominator. 3 is the numerator, 4 is the denominator, right? And these two numbers are separated by a horizontal line, and this is a horizontal line. These two numbers, that is numbers 3 and 4, they are separated by a horizontal line. Okay. Next we will discuss with multiplication of fractions. So how we multiply a fraction? Next I will explain you multiplication of fraction. So how we multiply a fraction? So under this one, the first one is, under this multiplication of fraction, the first one is multiplication of whole number or an integer also. Whole number with fraction. Okay. The first one is multiplication of whole number with a fraction. How we multiply a whole number with a fraction? So if I take a whole number, I will take here as the whole number as 3, and the fraction part I will take it as 1 by 2. So how we will multiply here? See what I will do here. This 3 multiply both the numerators, 3 into 1, and keep the denominator as it is. Okay, keep this denominator as it is. Next, how much it will be? 3 into 1 is 3, whole divided by 2. The answer is 3 by 2. Example I am saying. So how we multiply a fraction? Multiplication of whole number with fraction. So this is a whole number, 3 is a whole number or an integer multiplied with 1 by 2, where 1 by 2 is a fraction. So what I will write? 3 into this numerator divided by 2, keep it as it is, because there is no any other number in the denominator below 3. So I will keep this 2 as it is. Right? So how much it will be? 3 by 2. Next one. What is the next one? So multiplication of fraction with a fraction. So what is the next one? Multiplication of fraction by fraction. So here multiplication of fraction by fraction. So here what we will do? So we know that if we are multiplying two fractions, so we have multiplication of fraction with another fraction is equal to product of numerator divided by product of denominator. Product of numerator divided by product of denominator. Example. So if I take two examples of two fractions, I will take here as 1 by 3 multiplied with 1 by 7. So what I will do according to this property, that is product of numerators divided by product of denominators, what I will do here, both the numerators I will multiply divided by both the denominators I will multiply. That is equal to 1 into 1 is 1, 3 into 7 is 21. Okay, that is 1 by 21. Next one. So here next one, fraction as an operator of, okay, operator of. What is this one? Here of means, so what I will do here, suppose if I write any one whole number, if I write 3 or any other number other than 3, suppose if I write 4, okay, this is an integer of 1 by 7. If I am taking the fraction is 1 by 7. So here what I will do, I will write 4 as it is. I will write this 4 as it is. Here of means I will take it as multiplication. So in case of fraction, so if it is an operator is of, you have to take it as, consider it as multiplication 1 by 7. Once again the same, how I will write 4 multiplied with 1 divided by 7 as it is. It will be equal to 4 by 7. Right? Next one. So next one is division. Division of fractions. Division of fraction. So division of fraction. So first under this one. So division of fraction. Under this first one, that is reciprocal. Reciprocal. So in this division, the reciprocal. So if you are dividing any of the fraction or any number, if you are dividing here in case of fractions, so you have to take a reciprocal. Suppose if you have the number as n, you can take any number. So what it will be its reciprocal? Its reciprocal will be 1 by n. Example, if I am taking here as 2, if you want to divide it, So you have to take it as you have to take its reciprocal as 1 by 2. Okay. So coming for 0, so if you have any number as 0, don't take it as its reciprocal. Why? Because so if you have any number divided with 0 divided by any number, its value will be 0 only. Right? Its value will be 0 only. So if you take it as 1 by 0, it's undefined. It's undefined. So better take if 0 divided by any number is 0 only. Don't take it as reciprocal. So here under that first one, division of a whole number with fraction. Whole number with fraction. So division of whole number with fraction, or else you can take it as division of fraction with a whole number. Anyone. So here what it will be, suppose if I take an example, division of whole number with fraction. So here I will take a number as 5, right? Or 25 divided by 25, its division as divided by a fraction I will take here as fraction as 1 by 5 I will take. Okay, 1 by 5. So here how to write it? 25 will write as it is. So this division I will write it as whole divided by 1 by 5. Okay, next. So how to convert it? So what I have said, if it is division, take its reciprocal. What its reciprocal will be? Its reciprocal will be 5. So how to write next here? So I will write it as 25 as it is. So if you are taking for this division 1 by 5, if you are taking its reciprocal, you have to take here as its multiplication. Multiplication, take its reciprocal. 1 by 5, what is the reciprocal of 1 by 5? It will be 5 by 1. Okay, next. That is equal to 25 into 5 divided by 1, that is equal to 125. The answer is 125. Please keep it in your mind here that if it is 1 by 5, you have to take it as reciprocal as multiply it with this division is converted into multiplication and write this its reciprocal 1 by 5 as 5 by 1. Okay. So here in the numerator 1 you have it as a whole number divided with the fraction. Divided with the fraction. So what you will write? Write this whole number as it is 25 multiplied by this 1 by 5, take its reciprocal, see convert this decimal to multiplication, write 1 by 5 as 5 by 1, the reciprocal of 1 by 5. Next what I will do, so here the first only I will take it as, first number only I will take it as a fraction number. A fraction number, I will take it as 1 by 7, 1 by 7 a fraction number divided with a whole number. Whole number, shall I take it as 14? I will take a whole number as 14. Next, how to convert it? How to take a reciprocal? So here 1 by 7 I will write it as it is. This division is there, I will take it as whole divided by, I will write this 14 as it is. Right? Now here 1 by 7 is a fraction, I write this as it is 1 by 7 only. You should not convert this 1 by 7, you should not take a reciprocal of 1 by 7. Keep this 1 by 7 as it is. Next, this division is there. This division what I will do, I will take it as multiplication. So here 14 is there, nothing is there in the denominator, I will take it as 1. Why? Because 14 divided by 1 is 14 only. So now I will take its reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of 14 by 1? It will be 1 by 14. Take its reciprocal. Whichever the number is there in the division, that is the denominator, you have to take its reciprocal. So that is equal to, how much it will be? 1 into 1 divided by 7 into 14. Okay, that is equal to 1 divided by 98. 1 divided by 98. Okay, next. So this is division of whole number with fraction. So next what I will do, division of fraction with fraction. So division of fraction with a fraction. Okay, division of one fraction with the another fraction. So here I will write one fraction number, I will write it as 1 by 17 divided by another fraction. Shall I take it as 1 by 34? Okay, these two are the fractions only. In the previous case, what we have did, we have taken here the first one as a whole number, the second one we have taken it as a fraction, and vice versa also. That is, first one we have taken a fraction, and the second term also we have taken a whole number, whichever it may be. Next, here I will simplify for this one. 1 by 17 as it is, 1 divided by 17 as it is. This division is there. So what I will do for this division, I will write it as whole divided by 1 by 34. Right? 1 by 34. Next what I will do, I will write this 1 by 17 as it is. I will write this 1 by 17 as it is. So wherever division is there, I will take it as multiplication. So take a reciprocal of 1 by 34. How much it will be? 34 divided by 1. So 34 divided by 1. So you can cancel it. So you can cancel. See, this is known as cross cancellation. Cross cancellation is possible only in case of multiplication. That is, how can you cancel this? You can cancel 17 ones on 17 twos on. This is called as cross cancellation. You are cancelling one fraction with the other fraction. Okay. This is possible only in case of multiplication. This is not possible in case of addition or subtraction. Please remember, this is not possible. Cross cancellation is not possible in case of addition and subtraction. Okay. So what you have to do in case of addition and subtraction, you have to convert the bases. You have to make the bases as same in case of addition and subtraction. That is by taking an LCM. So here, next what I will write is 1 into 2 divided by 1 into 1 as it is. That is equal to 2 into 1 is 2, 1 into 1 is 1. That is equal to 2 is the answer. Right. Next one. So we have discussed that is multiplication and division of fraction. Now next I will say you types of fractions. Types of fraction. Types of fractions. Okay. Types of fractions. So types of fractions. So the first one is, I will write here as the first one, proper fraction. What do you mean by proper fraction? A proper fraction is one in which the numerator is less as compared to the denominator. A proper fraction is one which is having a numerator less than the denominator. Here, this is the numerator and this is the denominator. The numerator is 1 here and the denominator is 2. So if you compare 1 and 2, which is greater, 2 is greater. So always in case of proper fraction, the numerator will be less than the denominator. Okay, proper fraction. Now come for improper fraction. Improper fraction. So this is the reverse of proper fraction or vice versa of proper fraction. So in case of improper fraction, what it will be? Improper fraction, I will take it as 2 by 1, or you can take any other example. I will take it as 4 by 3 also. 2 by 1 or 4 by 3. See, this is the numerator. What is the numerator here? 2. Denominator is 1. So 2 is greater than 1. Always in case of improper fraction, the numerator will be greater than the denominator. Here it is 4 by 3. If you compare 4 by 3, 4 is greater than 3. Right? Proper and improper fraction. Next one. I will come for the next one. What is the next one? The next one is whole number, mixed fraction. The next one is mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. Okay. The next one is mixed fraction. So in case of mixed fraction, so the word itself it says mixed. Okay. The word itself it says mixed. What is mixed here? Mixed fraction. That is, it is mixed with an integer. You take any integer with a fraction. Mixed fraction, what is the meaning? What is the mixed fraction? The mixed fraction contains one integer and the other one is a proper fraction. Okay. The other it contains a proper fraction. So how to convert? Next I will come here. I will explain you. Conversion of a mixed fraction to improper fraction or improper fraction to mixed fraction. Improper fraction to mixed fraction. Okay. So the first one we have discussed in types of fraction. The first one is proper fraction, that is the numerator will be less than the denominator. Second one is improper fraction, that is the numerator will be greater than the denominator. The third one is the mixed fraction. In mixed fraction, the mixed fraction it contains integers with proper fraction. The next one is conversion of mixed fraction to improper fraction or improper fraction to mixed fraction. So how to convert a mixed fraction? Suppose if you have a mixed fraction, take here as a mixed fraction, I will take it as any number you can take, 11 with 3 by 7. So this is integer, this 3 by 7 it is a proper fraction. Okay, it should be a proper fraction. So how to convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction? So how to convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction is, what you have to do, always you have to multiply this integer with the denominator of this proper fraction, that is 7, this is the denominator, multiplied with an integer, 11 is an integer here, plus add this numerator. So whole divided by, keep this 7 as it is. Okay. So what we will do here, how to convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction is, multiply this denominator of this improper fraction with the integer, multiply the proper fraction of the denominator with this integer, and what answer will get, add 3 to it and write this denominator 7 as it is. Okay, how much it will be if I calculate it? 11 into 7 is 77, plus 3 I will get as it is, divided by 7. Okay, next, simplified, 77 plus 3 is 80, 80 divided by 7. Now, this 80 divided by 7, it is a improper fraction. So whenever you convert a mixed fraction, okay, a mixed fraction into a proper fraction, always you will get the answer in improper fraction only. You won't get the answer in proper fraction. Always, if you convert the mixed fraction into a fraction, you will get the answer in improper fraction only. You won't get the answer in proper fraction. Okay. Next, what we have to do? How to convert? So you will come for this one, improper fraction to mixed fraction. Suppose if you have an improper fraction, or take an improper fraction here as, take any improper fraction, any number you can take. So here I will take it as 70 divided with, shall I take it as 6? 70 divided by 6. Once again this is improper fraction. So I will divide with 6, 70. I will divide here. So if I divide, drop it please. What is the improper fraction? It's 70 divided by 6. Right? Here, what I will do? Here, I will go with the 6 table. So I write it as 6 ones are 6. 1, 0. Right? Next one second. 6 ones are 6. Remainder is 4. So here, this one we call it as a remainder. This one is divisor. This one is quotient, and this one is dividend. Right? This one is dividend. So, how to keep an improper fraction into a mixed fraction? How we will write? we'll write it as quotient here, quotient here I will write it as remainder divided with divisor. Okay, now how to write here? See here please, quotient remainder. So this is the quotient here, 11 is the quotient. So I'll write the answer. So what it will be? 11 integer, you spell it as 11 integer 4 divided by 6. 11 integer 4 divided by 6. Suppose if you multiply here, you will get the same answer. That is 11 6 are 66. As we have discussed in the here only, just now we have discussed 11 6 are 66. 66 plus 4 is 70. 70 divided by 6. You will get the answer as 70 divided by 6. Okay. Next. Still two more we have, that is like fraction. Like fraction. And the other one is unlike fraction. Okay. Like fraction and unlike fraction. Please don't get confused between proper, improper, like and unlike. Okay. Don't confuse between proper, improper, like and unlike. See what is proper fraction? I said you proper fraction is the numerator will be less than the denominator. Improper fraction, the numerator will be greater than the denominator. Whereas in case of like fraction, like fractions, the denominators will be same. Okay, the denominators will be same here. If I take it as 3 by 2, any fraction if they have given, or else 5 by 2, 7 by 2. So these are called as the like fractions. What are unlike fractions? It's inverse of this one. That is, the denominators won't be same. Take any number, fraction, 3 by 7, 4 by 3, 7 by 9. Here the denominators are not same here. So this is 7, 3 and 9. But here the denominators, all the denominators are same here, 2, 2, 2. So I will call it as like fraction, and this one I call it as unlike fraction. Okay, these are types of fractions. So these are all related to fractions. Next I will come with division. Okay. So sorry, these are all related to fractions. Next I will come for decimal, because the chapter is fractions and decimals. So what is a decimal? A decimal is a number whose integer part and the fractional part is separated with a decimal point is called as a decimal number. Okay. An integer or a whole number. An integer or a whole number with its fractional part is separated by a decimal point is called a decimal part. Okay. So under this one, so here also same as we have discussed in case of fractions, that is multiplication of decimal with a whole number. Multiplication of decimal with whole number. Multiplication of a decimal with whole number. See here, once again I will say you what do we mean by a decimal point or a decimal part. Okay, a decimal number is one which is having an integer part or a whole number part, and which contains the fractional part, and these, the whole part and the fractional part, they are separated by decimal point. Okay, they are separated by decimal point. Next one, multiplication of decimal with a whole number. Suppose if we have a decimal number, I take here as the decimal number as 3.2. Example I am saying, if I take an example of a decimal number as 3.2, I will multiply this decimal number with a whole number. What I will do here? I will multiply this decimal number with a whole number. So what it will be? What you have to do here is you have to multiply as usually multiply for the whole numbers, right? So how much it will be? If I multiply 3.2 into 2, so what will be its answer? 2 2s are 4. Okay. Next there is a decimal point. Place this decimal point here only. 3 2s are 6. What will be the answer? 6.4 is the answer. Suppose if I take a 2-digit number here. Suppose if it is 7.49 multiplied with 3.75. Okay. So here what you have to do? 7.49. Sorry, I have to take here a whole number. I have to take a whole number here. That is 7.49 multiplied with 3. The same. 3 9s are 27, carry 2, 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14, carry 1, 7 is 21, plus 1 22. So you have to place a decimal point here. Why? Because 3 9s are 27, place here 2, 4 3s are 12, 12 plus 2 is 14, carry 1, place a point here. Why? Because this number you are multiplying with 7 now. Means after decimal point you are multiplying, place this decimal point here only. 7 3s are 21, plus 1 is 22. What will be the answer? The answer is 22.47. We will pronounce it as 22.47, not 47. 22.47. Next. Multiplication of a decimal with whole number. Now what I will do? Multiplication of a decimal number with a decimal number. So what I will do here? First one, multiplication of decimal number with whole number. The second one is multiplication of decimal number with another decimal number. Suppose if I take here two decimal numbers. Take any number. 17.345 multiplied with, take another decimal number, 7.346. Okay. I will take these two decimal numbers. So multiply 17.345 multiplied with 7.346. So if I multiply, what I will get the answer is 6 5s are 30, or else take only two numbers. Take only two numbers. 4 4s are 16, carry 1. 4 3s are 12, plus 1 13, carry 1. Don't place a decimal point here. 7 4s are 28, plus 1 29, carry 2. 4 5 6 plus 4 3s are 12, carry 1. 3 3s are 9, 10, carry 1. 7 3s are 21, plus 1 22, carry 2. 3 4 5 plus 7 4s are 28, carry 2. 7 3s are 21, 22, 23, carry 2. 7 7s are 49, 49 plus 2 is 51, carry 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Right? So here 6, 5, 9 plus 8 is 17, carry 1. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 10, 12, carry 1, 7, 1, 2. Right? So now how to place a decimal point for if there are two decimal numbers. See, what you have to do, you have to start counting from the right. So if I come for this decimal number, if I come for this decimal number, after a point how many numbers are there? Two numbers are there. So here also after a decimal point how many numbers are there? Two numbers are there. These two numbers plus these two numbers, how much it will be? Four numbers. Start counting from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a decimal point here. Therefore, what is the answer? The answer is 127.2756 is the answer. Okay? 127.2756. So next one. So next one, that is, the next one is division. So now I have discussed with multiplication of decimal numbers First multiply decimal number with a whole number, next multiply decimal number with another decimal number, right? Now division, I will come for the division. Division of whole number with division of whole number with decimal number. Division of whole number with a decimal number. So I take a whole number. Shall I take it as 7 divided with what is the decimal number? I will take it as 3.47. 3.47. So here what I will do? I will write 7 as it is. Right? 7 as it is divided with 3.47 divided with 3.47. So here, so if you can cancel, you can cancel it. So shall we try it? 7 on the 7, 7 4 the 28, remainder is 6, 67. In 7 table 67 will come, 7 on the 49, 7 8 so 57 and the 63. 67 will not come. So leave it as it is. So what I will do? 7 divided by 3, 4, 7. So I will remove this decimal point. Okay. I will remove this decimal point. So if I want to remove the decimal point, wherever decimal point is there, take it as 1. So after decimal point, there are two numbers, write it as 2 zeros. Okay, write it as 2 zeros. Next, what I will do? This 7 I will write as it is, right? Whole divided by 347 divided by 100 it is. Why? Because I have removed the decimal point here. This decimal point, wherever a decimal point is there, I will take it as 1. So after decimal point, there are two numbers, take 2 zeros. So next, 7 into, take a reciprocal, how much it will be? 100 divided by 347. So multiplied, how much it will be? 700 divided by 347. Okay. Next what I will do? Division of decimal number with another decimal. Division of decimal number with another decimal. So here what I will do? I will take two decimal numbers. I will write it as 3 point, or else I will take any other number. .25 divided by 6.70. I will take this decimal number. So if you can cancel it, you can cancel it. Or else what you do? The same as I did here. Remove this decimal point. Okay, remove this decimal point. 525. If I want to remove the decimal point, see wherever point is there, I will take it as 1, 0, 0, whole divided by 670 divided by 100. See what I have said? After decimal point 1, wherever decimal point is there, take it as 1. After decimal point, two numbers are there, take 2 zeros. Here also, wherever a decimal point is there, I have taken here as 1. After decimal point, I have two numbers, I have taken 2 zeros. Now take a reciprocal. 525 divided by 100 into 100 divided by 670. So here I will cancel it. 100 ones are 100 ones are. Go with the 5 table. 5 ones are 5. In 5 table 2 will not come. You have to take 0 and borrow this number. Now it became 25. 5 5s are 25. So 5 ones are 5. 1 remained. 5 3s are 15. 2 remained. 5 4s are 20. So what is your answer? Your answer is 105 divided by 134. Right? So one more, that is multiplication of a fraction a decimal number with 10, 100, 1000. Okay. So what I will do? What I will explain here, multiplication of a decimal number with 10, 100 or 1000. Suppose if you have a decimal number 3.75. If you are multiplying it with 10, so the thing is that what you have to do here is, suppose if you are multiplying, see here what is the number? It is 10 here. 1 0. How many zeros are there? Only 1 0 is there. So what you have to do? You have to shift this decimal point here. How much it will be? It will be 37.5. Okay, it will be 37.5. Suppose if you are multiplying the same 3.75 with 100. If you are multiplying this 3.75 with 100, see here, you have to see here how many zeros are there here. Here there are 2 zeros. So if there are 2 zeros, shift this decimal point after 2 numbers towards your right. You have to shift this decimal point by 2 numbers. Why 2 numbers? Because here there are 2 zeros. Here it was only 1 0. So what you have did here, this decimal point you have placed towards your right only by 1 number. Okay, you have placed this decimal point towards your right only by 1 number. That how much it will be? 37.5. Example, if you multiply also 3.75 with 10, if you multiply, how much it will be? 10 5s are 50, carry 5, 10 7s are 70, 70 plus 5, 75, carry 7, 10 3s are 30, 30 plus 7, 37. So now what you have to do? Here there is no decimal number. Here you have this is a decimal number. So after point, how many after a decimal point, how many numbers are there? 2 numbers are there. So here you have to shift the decimal point towards your left side. Count 2 numbers. Why? Because there are 2 numbers here. Here also you have to count 2 numbers. 1 number, 2 number. Place this decimal point here. How much it will be? 37.5 or 37.50. Okay. The answer is 37.5. So here also how much it will be? So if we shift this decimal point after 2 numbers, it will be 375. Right? If you are multiplying with 100. Suppose the same number, that is 3.75, if you are multiplying with 1000, okay, suppose if you are multiplying with 1000, so see here how many numbers are there? Here there are, how many zeros are there here? There are totally 3 zeros. So what you have to do? This decimal point, you have to shift towards your right by 3 numbers. But here we have only 2 numbers. So if you have only 2 numbers, place it here 1 0. So place it here 1 0 and shift this decimal point towards your right by 3 numbers. Why? Because we have 3 zeros here. 1, 2, 3. So 1, this is 1, this is 2, and this one is 3. How much it will be? The answer is 3750. Okay, this is the answer. 3750. This is in case of multiplication. Suppose if you are multiplying a decimal number with 10, 100, 1000, so you have to follow these methods. So we will see now, suppose if you are dividing a decimal number with 10, suppose if you are dividing a decimal number with 100, and suppose if you are dividing a decimal number with 1000, so what you have to do here? So here what we used to do here, suppose if we are multiplying a decimal number with 10, we used to shift the 0 by 1 number, because we have only 1 0 here. Suppose if you are multiplying a decimal number by 100, in 100 you have 2 zeros, what we used to do? We used to shift the decimal point after 2 numbers towards your right side. Now we will see in case of division. Division of a decimal number with 10, 100 and 1000. Okay. Suppose if I have a decimal point as 3, the same number, or else I will take any other number also. Shall I take here as 4.287? Okay. What I will do, I take 4.287 or 28.24. Take a bigger number. 3 digit number. 347.39. 347.39. Suppose what I am doing here, I am dividing a decimal number with 10. Suppose if I am dividing a decimal number with 10, that is 347.39 divided with 10. See here in the denominator How many zeros are there? Here there is only 1 0. In the denominator we have only 1 0. So what you have to do in case of division, this will be the reverse. What you will do here, this decimal point you will shift towards your left by only by one position. Why? Because we have in the denominator we have only 1 0 10. That's the reason. How much it will be? 334.739. Understood? So in case of multiplication, what we used to do, suppose if there is only 1 0, you used to shift the decimal point after one number. In case of division, what you have to do, you have to shift the decimal point before one number, okay, towards your left. Next one, suppose if I take the same example, 0.39, if I divide with 100, so what you have to do here, what you have to do is shift this decimal point by two numbers. Why? Because in the denominator we have two zeros. So what I will do here, 3.4739. So my decimal point was here. I have shifted with two numbers towards my left. So it will be here. In case of division. Now if there is 347, the same number I will take. And if I divide with 1000, so here what you have to do is shift this decimal point after three numbers. Why? Because in the denominator we have three zeros. That's the reason what I will do, this decimal point I will shift towards the left of this number by 3 position. So how much it will be? 0.34739. 0. Okay, 0.34739. This is case of division by 10. Right? So in the next class, in the next part, what I will do, I will start with the exercise 2.1. Thank you.